different. What I want to talk about ain't about no, definitely ain't about no losing trash. So what I want to talk about, point out, you know, like I said, me being in the truck for 30 years, I know a little something about a little something. I know a little something about mechanics, driving, experience, being out here on the open road. What I want to talk about today is drug testing and, you know, when you first get your CDL license, it's for all the young people out there. You can share it live if you want. Come into the building, hit the like button. Or if you don't want to hit the like button, that's still cool. We can talk about it. So for a lot of you young people, a lot of middle-aged adults, if you choose to go get your CDLs now, number one thing I gotta tell you, man, if you're smoking weed, you're doing any drugs like opioids or what else? Synthetic weed, whatever your choice drugs you're doing out there, I advise you, if you're doing any type of drugs out there, I advise you to, if you're gonna go apply for your CDL license, try to wait at least 6 months to a year. 6 months to a year. If you're going out there apply for your CDL license, I'm tell you what's gonna happen. You're gonna apply for your CDL license, and you're gonna have a permit. Once you get that CDL permit becomes your license. I'm not saying that you can drive with it. I'm not saying you can drive with a CDL permit. What I'm telling you is, you go apply for that CDL permit, because first thing they're gonna make you do anyway. Nowadays, when you go apply for CDL license, they make you take a drug test anyway. Drug, alcohol, they testing you for everything. Everything. Cocaine, opioids, weed, they checking you for everything. Meth, everything they gonna check you for. So don't go take it if you're on any type of drugs. Because they made weed legal, they legalized weed. In certain states, if you need a medical card, that does not give you the right to go smoke weed or do any drugs when you go take a CDL permit. And it's not going to happen anymore. They're not going to happen. They're going to put you in a system and you have to go get cleared to clearinghouse. And that could take up to anywhere from 3 to 5 years that you can walk around here with a CDL license and it would not allow you to use it. Will no job hire you. Would no job hire you if you go out there and get popped for dirty weed trying to get your CDL license. Now, let's say right now that if you go apply for your CDL license and you meet the requirements, but at the same time, you got a CDL permit and you go apply for a job because you want to rush. You don't want to wait. You don't want to wait till your road test comes. You want to hurry up and get a job. So you go apply for a job today and they give you a drug and alcohol. And they tell you we're not going to do that. They're going to give you a drug and they'll test you anyway. Because once you get that CDL permit becomes your driver's license. And it was confusing to me when I heard it. I was like, damn, why it become your driver's license? But once you get your CDL permit, it becomes your driver's license. Now when you go apply for a job, where is the seat up? I'm upstate New York trying to get up here, trying to make it up here to Portland, and we in Binghamton, New York right now. Yeah, we're in Binghamton, New York riding. So if you like the scenery, whatever it is, what it is. But this is what I do. This is what I do for a living. So now you go apply for your license, you go get a job. Now you get popped for a dirty urine. Now, when it's time for you to go take your road test and everything, you get your CDL license, it's time for you to get a job. Won't nobody hire you. Because now you put into what they call clearinghouse. Once you get it put in clearinghouse database, it's hard to get out that shit. It's hard to get out of it. Now you're going to have to go for a drug program. Now you're going to sign up for a drug program to try to get that off your license. And nobody going to put you on. So now you're running around here with a license that you probably can't even use for 5 years. And they don't give a damn. I don't care what state you legal live in. Because I talked about this with, hey, shout out to Dice TV. I talked about it with Dice TV. And me and Dice TV had this conversation. Right? Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Me and last live, what's going on? Hey, me and Dice TV had this conversation on CDL license. Now, right now, the trucking industry is slow, but they still looking for drivers and whatever state you living in. But they're gonna make it hard if you lose it. Don't let your license lapse, because if you lose your license, it's gonna be hard to get them back. You get your CDLs back, and they make a damn sure of that, so you don't get them back. But what I'm saying is, though, if you go take your DOT physical, they're gonna test you. They're gonna test you for 5 different drugs. And even if they tell you, well, if you're gonna take the test, we're not gonna test you. We just want you to take a DOT random. Nah, it's not. It don't work like that. You go take a good morning, ground key. A good afternoon. So when you go take your DOT test, they're gonna test you for cocaine, weed, opioids. They're gonna test you for. It's 2 more. Forget. They're gonna test you for 5 different drugs. Any one of those drugs in your system, I don't care if you run around here and you drinking a lot of water, you drinking cranberry juice with vinegar, you doing whatever you can to wash the drug out your system. What they're going to do, they're going to pluck you. They're going to take hair off your forearm. They're going to take hair off your underarm. They're going to take hair off your leg, and they're going to take hair off your scalp. So if you go in there and say, well, I'm going to shave everything off, or they're going to find somewhere to pluck you and get some hair out of you. Let me switch lanes real quick. I gotta come back over, man. Damn. Yeah, so what they're gonna do, they're gonna find different ways to get a hair sample. Well, you may think, well, ain't they gonna do urine? They do the urine, they do the cotton swab in your mouth. But see, when they start plucking you and taking hair from you, then they can get a better test result. So they can even go back months, maybe even a year, depends on how much drugs you got in your system. So now, once you fail that drug test and they put you in clearinghouse, it's going to be very hard for you to get a job. I don't care if you say, well, I got somebody to vouch for me. I got somebody that work in the system. It don't work like that no more. Because the state you live in don't want to give you a license. They want to keep your driver's license. They want to keep it. So when they come down to CDL license, they're going to make it very hard. You're going to end up waiting for, right now, they got a new thing coming out right now, right? Now, let's say you get pot for weed in your license and you don't get cleared to clearinghouse. You got to come November, they're going to suspend your CDL license for a whole year. A whole year. Come November, your license is going to get suspended for a whole year. Now, you running around here, how you going to work? If you eat off your license, how you going to work? You can't work. What you going to do? Get a job driving a forklift? It's not going to happen. You go to Amazon, work on a loading dock. How you go from driving the truck to working on the dock? That's how they got it set up right now. They got it set up to where as though if you get popped for weed, and you may say, well, weed is legal. And when it comes down to the government job or a state job or a city job, that weed is not legal to smoke. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I know a lot of people out there smoke weed, and you probably sit back, Nick, you ain't gonna tell me how to smoke weed. I've been smoking weed all my life. I got my last job smoking weed. Try to get a government or state job high. You're not gonna be able to get it. You was not gonna be able to get it. So what I'm trying to tell you is that you're up there trying to get any state or government job, and you're out there getting high, you're out there smoking weed, you might need to fall back from it. Give yourself a break, give yourself 3 to 4 months, clean your system up, and then apply for that job. Because it's embarrassing when you get popped for a dirty urine test and you can't even get the job. So when you come around to it, once you get put in the clearinghouse, you're gonna have to. Clearinghouse gonna tell you this: you're gonna have to find somebody to give you a re-employment drug test. If you can't find that, because whatever job you go apply for, Swift, JB Hunt, Schneider, any container company, any big major corporation, they're gonna tell you down. They're gonna say, no, we can't hire you. Because you got that in your system, you gotta get that cleared. That could take anywhere up to 5 years. So now you're gonna have a CDL license that you gotta keep renewing every 2 to 3 years that you can't even use. You know, I've been doing this 30 years, man, so I know a little bit about sitting out here and sitting up in the wheel. 30 years of driving. I don't know, I already put over 200 million miles. I already put them, not 200, but 200 miles. I already put 200 miles on these highways out here. So I pretty much know what's going on right now. Even with me, I have to take care of myself because, you know, when you got high blood pressure, I don't have high blood pressure, but if you're a truck driver with high blood pressure, You a truck driver with diabetes, sugar, I'm gonna tell you, it ain't fun, because what they do, they're gonna give you a CDL license for 6 months. You can only get a DOT physical for 6 months. Then after 6 months, you gotta go reapply. You gotta go take another DOT physical. And then if they only give you another 6 months, they might tell you, no, we can't give your license to you. They're gonna snatch your license. Now they might snatch your license for a whole year. Now what you gonna do for a whole year? If you got mortgage, car payment, you got a family to support, and you may got a wife, a greedy baby mama, you may even got a side piece you gotta support. But if they take your license, you're done out here. Now take your license for a whole year. So being out here and driving a truck and not eating right, not working out, not walking, not drinking, you got to drink a lot of water. Not taking care of your health, you will get your license snatched from you just because of something, just an error in the system. Even if you go in there and you can't see the numbers on the wall, y'all know the numbers on the wall when they go from big to small, small to little. That right there, your eyesight, they're gonna make you go get glasses the same day, or they're gonna say, well, we gotta hold your CDLs until you go get a set of glasses, get your eyes checked. They find in many ways for you and me, for me not to hold on to mine and for you not to get it. So if you don't get your CDL license, man, you gotta take care of yourself. If you're out there messing with drugs, it ain't gonna happen, man. It's not gonna happen. I hear a lot of people saying, you know, I can drive a truck, you know, smoking weed. And, you know, it is what it is, man. Some people probably smoke while they drive. Some people probably don't. Back in the day, you know, I done seen dudes, you know, sniff coke back in the day to drive 14, 15, 18 hours a day. I done seen dudes sniff coke and use downers, use uppers. You know, a lot of people, like, you know, I'm 51, so a lot of people know what I'm talking about when I mean uppers and downers. Y'all know what I'm talking about. I done seen a lot of cars, I mean, drive 20 hours from out of, you talking about driving from Wyoming straight to New Jersey. Coked up, downers, Red Bulls, all types of different substances just to keep you woke so you can make some money. Because see, back then money was good. Money in trucking then was good. Back then, money in trucking was good. You could go from here to California back then for $15,000, $20,000. Now you go from Jersey to California, they want to pay you $8,000, $7,000. So the trucking industry, as far as money-wise, don't went down. The money down, but the fuel is still up. The rates are down, but the fuel is still up. You know, the rates of money is down, but your mortgage is still high, your rent's still high, your car payment, your insurance, you know, the livelihoods that you want to live, and all of that is still high. So that ain't going to change. Yeah, that ain't going to change right there. So when it comes down to trucking, you know, it ain't what it used to be. To be honest with you, trucking is not what it used to be. It used to be a great job. It used to be something where you could get your CDLs and know you're gonna make a great living, but you got to get out here and put that time in. I put 30 years in. But you got to put the time in. But even with that being said, trucking is hard now, man. Like, we out here hustling to make a dollar. If you have your authority, you got to hustle to make a dollar. If you lease onto a company, you got to take what you can get as an owner-operator to keep yourself afloat. And if you're a company driver, then it is what it is, man. It is what it is. The rate goes up, but as a company driver, they might pay you a little more for us hourly. Back in the day, when I first started driving, you know, the driver truck was $13, $14 an hour. I may say, damn, yeah, I'm telling you. 30 years ago, the driver truck, he was only making, you would start off at $14 and you might max out at $21.50. Nowadays, they max them at $30, $40 an hour. But back then, you know, you could drive a truck back then and work at McDonald's and make more money. You got some people right now working at McDonald's making more money than truck drivers. And that's the honest damn truth. A lot of y'all might not want to even believe that. Y'all might think, you know, Quil up here lying. I ain't lying. Right now, you can go get a regular warehouse job and make $30 an hour, driving a forklift, and get in the truck and make under $20. But they make it seem like, and being a truck driver, got a lot of rules and regulations. So they make it seem like, oh, you make a lot of money driving a truck. It ain't like that no more. Trucking is different now. You could go broke doing this if you don't know the game. So I hear people talk about, well, I want to go buy my own truck. I'm going to jump out the window and buy my own truck, and you're going to make all this money. That's a damn lie, man, because I see people want to take the block, take the hustling game, and put it in the trucking game. Back then, you might get away with that. But now that don't work no more, man. So you can have a hustling mentality, but if you don't know shit about trucks, you think about trucks, that street mentality don't work out here no more. Maybe a couple years, it worked all day. You can talk slick and run the numbers. If you're a money cruncher, you know, if you like to spread the numbers and you know what you're doing, then you can make it work. But nowadays, the trucking industry is rough right now, man. Right now, things are rough, and it ain't look like it's getting no better neither. Right now, I'm a lease onto a company, and I'm good right now. But I'm not great, but you know, it's enough to pay the bills, you know. But it ain't what it used to be out here. Damn sure ain't what it used to be. So if you go out there buy yourself a truck, well, first of all, if you're a company driver and you make it $30, $40 an hour, keep that job. Keep it, because the price of trucks don't went up and the rates are going down. So you go out there and buy your truck for $60,000, $70,000, $80,000, and you go get your own authority, especially coming out of Jersey, your insurance a year might be $22,000 a year. At $22,000 a year, you need to be at least making home 15 as an owner operator with your own life, with your own authority. You should be bringing home like 20 grand a month. But if you ain't touching 20 grand a month and you bringing home anywhere from 10 to 12,000 a month, that's really ain't no money with your own authority. Y'all might think, well, why it ain't no money, J. Quil? Because you got tractor bills. I'm gonna break it down to you, man. You got, first of all, you got a truck payment. Then you got insurance, bobtail insurance. Then you got your own authority insurance, right? That could be anywhere from $12,000 to $15,000 a month that you got, no, $1,500 a month you got to pay. Plus the truck note could be anywhere from $900 to $2,300 a month. Then you still got diesel. Then you still got wear and tear on the truck. You still got Easy Pass. You still got trailer fees as far as tires, brake, shoes. You got trailer insurance. And you might even be a little more if you got a reefer or if you got a dry van. All of this plays into a factor why I say you got to be at least making $20,000 a month if you got your own authority, because if you're not getting that kind of money, then it's going to really have you sitting up there like, damn, man, I'm doing it. What I'm doing this for? It can be sometimes, like when I started driving 30 years ago, I was happy to be a truck driver. You talking about 30 years later, I'm looking to get out. Like, all right, it's about my time coming. I might slide up out of here, find me something else to do, because it ain't the same no more. It ain't the same. Brokers making more money than the truckers. You know, the company's taking more money back home. Insurance rates still going up. If you got bobtail, your trucking insurance, your own authority insurance, all that keep going up. You got to keep getting $1 million, $500,000 coverage on this, $500,000 coverage on this. Before you know it, you got $1.5 million out there just in insurance bills. Now you got to cover the freight and everything else. It don't make no sense. But if you're going to think about buying a truck, talk to somebody, man. Talk to somebody that owns the truck. I mean, really, don't talk to nobody that just bought a truck yesterday and they're making it seem like they're going to get out here and make $1 million. That don't work like that, man. That don't work like that. Because even if you do make $200,000 a year, you're going to put $150 of that back in the truck. I know, for example, I just spent $6,500 on the transmission and had to take it right back and spend another $700 to get the real motor seal done. So it's a lot that's into this. I'm not trying to discourage none of y'all, because I see a lot of young guys, they go on YouTube, oh, I just bought a truck. I just bought a truck. It ain't the same no more. I got a cat motor nowadays. You got Detroit, you got Cummins, you got the Volvo engine, the red motor, you got the Pro Stars from the Internationals. I mean, it's a lot. When you buying a truck, don't buy the first thing you see. Talk to somebody. You might want to save your money sometimes. You might want to go ahead and save your money, because it's, hey, good morning, hey, Angie. What up, Derek? Hey, it's different out here, man. That's all I'm saying, man. It's different out here. So if you're going to jump out the window, buy a truck, and you out here thinking that I'm going to buy a truck and still smoke weed, I'm going to tell you like this with smoking weed, driving a truck. I'm going to tell you like this. You get an accident out there, and you smoking weed, they're going to lock you up and hit you with vehicular homicide. They're gonna lock you up if you out there smoking weed and you kill somebody. They're gonna put handcuffs on you. If you out there, my boy went through it. I ain't gonna say his name, he went through it. My boy got into an accident coming down 78 to getting on 21 to go downtown north. He rolled over a dump truck. Got weed in the system, then they're locking him up. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all. 100. You get caught smoking weed or any type of drug in your system, and when you get into an accident, they want you to take a drug test right there. They're going to send you to a lab court. They're going to send you whatever is closer to where you got into that wreck at, and they want you to take a drug test today. You was going to lose your license. You was going to lose your livelihood. You was going to lose everything you work hard for because you want to smoke and enjoy your time in a truck. Because when you in the truck, it's a lot that comes with this. This ain't all about drop. You got to pay attention. Like right now, look at this pickup truck. You got to pay attention to the pickup truck. You got to pay attention to the guardrail because a deer could come out right now. Boom. So I'm watching everything right now. What I'm trying to tell you is that it's a lot that goes on when you out here driving. It's a lot that goes on, man. You got to understand what it is. It's not. It used to be a nice, decent life. You know, I made a career out of this 30 years in. So I definitely made a decent career out of this, but at the end of the day, that ain't what it used to be. It might get better. I don't know. You know, with all the self-driving trucks they got, yeah, they got self-driving trucks. They got self-driving trucks, autonomous trucks. They even got self-drive. They even got self-gas stations where the gas stations fuel up the trucks for them. Keep 100 with y'all. Hey, good morning, Queen Regina. Thanks for stopping by. Hey, good afternoon, good afternoon. I don't know why I keep saying good morning. I'm going upstate New York right now. I apologize for that. Good afternoon to everybody who in the chat. And it's different out here when it comes out of driving the truck. It ain't the same like it used to be. It ain't the same, man. Trucking got a lot of rules. Like come May, I think it's May 14th to the 16th. What they do is like a 32-hour DOT check. So they pull trucks over all over. It's going all over the United States. They do what they call it. I think it's from the 14th to the 16th, and they pull trucks over randomly, and they do a DOT check on the side of the shoulder. So if you ride down the highway one day coming around May 14th and the 15th, and you see a bunch of trucks pulled over with a lot of cops pulled over, don't start thinking that the truck driver done did something stupid. The truck driver done ran, he running fast, and he road rage. Nah, they pull us over. They will do a 32-hour reset from the 14th to the 16th, and they do a random DOT inspection. Georgia, all the way from Georgia to Jersey, Jersey to Washington State to California. All 48, they're going to definitely pull us over. They're not going to get all of us. Man, look at this woman. She walking on the highway? Oh, come on, lady. Come on. Where is you going, lady? I tell you, y'all see it, right? Y'all see it because I seen it. She on the highway hitchhiking, I guess. She wants somebody to pull over. And that's what and no disrespect, I ain't about to call her a lock lizard, but she out here hitchhiking, so I guess she need a ride somewhere. I gotta hear her get up here to Portland, New York. But what I'm saying is, though, you know, you can't take your CDL license because right now, I don't care. This is my opinion. If you got bad credit, the only good credit that's gonna come to you is having a clean CDL license, because you can get a job anywhere you want. You can get a job anywhere you want. You can leave New Jersey and move to Washington State and get a job tomorrow. You can leave Washington State and move to California to get a job tomorrow. You can move up to Maine, New Hampshire, and get a job. So having a CDL license, that is your good credit. That's your gold card. But you got to take care of it. If you don't take care of your license, they won't give it back. Like I was talking to Dice TV. Shout out to Dice TV. We had a conversation about if you let your CDL, let's say like right now, if you let your CDL lapse, if you haven't been driving for a year or 2 years, and you go to renew your license, or try to apply for a job. If you apply for a job, they're gonna tell you how long have you been absent for driving trucks? You're gonna say for a year to 2 years. They're gonna tell you, you know what? We can't hire you. You're gonna have to go get trained. You're gonna have to get tested and trained all over again. The same thing if you go to motor vehicle and you go renew your CDL license and you let it drop for whatever reason, you know, DOT physical, you've got to take a DOT physical, whatever. And in the state of Pennsylvania, they're gonna make you take it all over again. All over again. So be mindful of that when it comes down to taking your DOT physical, that you take it on time. You know, because they will take your license from you. What up, Albert? They will take your AJ, they will take your license from you, man. And when they take your license from you, you're done out here. They're gonna make it very hard for you to get your CDL license back. Believe that. They're gonna make it very hard for you. I talk to a lot of people right now, and a lot of people let their license go because, like I said, because of health reasons and diabetes, high blood pressure, sugar. That will do it. You get thyroids, a big knot on your neck, that will have your license snatched. It's a lot of things that come with that, man. So take care of yourself. If you're out here driving trucks, you know, you shouldn't be out here. You shouldn't be, you know, not fat shaming nobody, but you shouldn't be 400 pounds in the truck, because if you get into a wreck, it's hard for them to get you out. It's definitely hard for them to get you out, and you're gonna be too heavy for them to put a gurney or get a board to try to slide you out of that. So if you know anybody that's overweight and they driving trucks, try to get them into a gym, try to get them into a decent health program, try to get them into a workout schedule or something that they can do to lose some weight, because being out here in the truck, I'll tell you what they're gonna do. They're gonna put you in a, once you go for DOT and you have a sleep apnea problem, right? You have problems sleeping. You're gonna be in the truck with a breathing tank hooked up to the truck, and you gotta breathe in that thing before you can start the truck. Now, if it breathes different, then you can't even start the truck. You can't even start your day. So they start to put those things in. They've been putting them in the truck. So you have to breathe into it. It's like a breathing tube, and it's gonna read a meter, and it's gonna exactly tell you your pressure. Then they got, you know, high blood pressure machines. They got everything now to keep you from getting on that road, passing out, going to sleep, and killing yourself, and maybe killing others. So you really don't want to do that. You really don't want to do that. So you got to take care of yourself being in these trucks, man. You got to take care of yourself. I've been out here 30 years, knock on wood. I took a pretty good piece of care of myself. I took care of myself. Being out here for a long time. I put a lot of time in. So, you know, at the end of the day, you know, people say what they want about you, but you ain't gonna take 30 years from me. Can't take 30 years from me. I put 30 years out here. 30 good years out here, you know, but I lost some of that time, you know, being a trucker. And you have a family. That's the hard thing about being a trucker in a family, because you're gonna lose that time with your family. And I'm just being honest. You ain't gonna see your kids as much. You ain't gonna see your wife as much. You ain't gonna see your kids' moms as much. That's a lot that goes on the tour. You ain't gonna see family. But if you a single guy, you don't have no kids, hey man, jump on the road, see the world, make some money. Make some money to see all 48 states. You might not make the money you want to see, but you'll still get paid. You'll still get paid to turn that steering wheel. Why not? Things have got different out here, man. We've been out here for a long time. I done seen the worst of the worst. I done seen the worst of the worst out here driving. So that's why, you know, I can't really pay like the whole YouTube thing. I didn't get on YouTube until COVID, because I used to be on the CB a lot. So that's when I came to YouTube, because I was on the CB a lot. I just used YouTube just to watch videos and fixing things. Then I ended up getting on this. But if it wasn't for COVID, I probably wouldn't have even started a YouTube channel. I probably wouldn't even did it if it wasn't for COVID. I probably left that alone. I wouldn't have came on YouTube. I would have just stayed on the CB and had fun on the CB. You know, the CB world and the YouTube world is different. You know, YouTube world, you can say what you want to say. On the CB, you can say what you want to say. YouTube world, you could be 3,000 miles away. On the CB, you could be 2 miles away, 1 mile away, 30 seconds away, 10 seconds away, 5 seconds away. You could be parked next to me, in front of me, in the back. You could be in the fuel aisle. That's how the CB works. So it's different from the whole YouTube. So being on the CB, it's a different game out here. Truckers don't really talk as much. Some truckers don't even know how to turn the CB. A lot of truckers got CB, they don't even turn the switch. I turn the switch on. I'm a different person. And you know, being out here in trucking will make you humble. That's one thing I can give trucking. It will humble you. It will humble you to be respectful to the women drivers downtown here. And shout out to all the women truckers out here. You have a lot of beautiful women truckers out here. Shout out to them. There's a lot of beautiful women truckers out here. I see a lot more black women, Hispanic women truckers out here than I used to see. Back in the day, you see, no disrespect. Back then, you see 30 years ago, it was majority, all I seen was white women. You talk about 30 years later, you see a lot of Hispanics, you know. Hey, what's going on? What's going on? Yeah. Nowadays, you see a lot of Hispanic women, black women, Asian women. You see a lot of Canadian women. But back then, 30 years ago, you see all white women. Now, the game don't change now. And, you know, honestly speaking, hey, AJ will tell you, you see more women drivers out here now than men drivers. And I'm going to keep it 100, man. Shout out to all the women truckers out here. You see more women truck drivers out here now than you actually see men drivers. And they out here holding it down, man. They out here, some women drivers even back up better than the men. They can drive better than the men. I done seen it. I see them in the port. I see them in the shipping yards. Hey, Swift, and Prime got hella women drivers. Believe it. A lot of women drivers. So shout out to all the women drivers out here that's doing the same thing I'm doing, man. It's hard for them too. It ain't easy. It ain't easy for a woman driver to be on the CB and get harassed on the CB in the truck stop. You think being harassed on YouTube is something? You got women drivers out here, they go through it heavy out here. Women drivers out here get harassed every day by truckers. And you think y'all got it hard on the internet? Try being in the truck stop. And you're the only woman, the only lady that's walking in the truck stop by yourself, and you got 30 or 40 men looking like savages. They ain't take no shower in 2 weeks, eating a bunch of garbage. Trucks stink, body odor stink. And when they see a female, they lose their mind, man. They lose their mind. So, you know, you got a lot of women out here, man. You got a lot more women out here now, and they got it hard out here. So salute to all the women out here that's doing it. You know, just be careful on how you betray yourself on the internet, because you got these weirdos out here be watching where y'all go. So be careful. Watch your, if you're a female driver out here, watch your surroundings out here, man. Watch where you go. Watch where you park at. If you at a truck stop, try to find a lot of light. If you can't, park right by the scale. You know, avoid trying to park in rest areas, because it's weird out here, man. You know, I just want you ladies to be safe out here. Hey, because I'm almost about to check out anyway. And I probably got about 5 more years and I'm out here. Right, 5 more years and I'm gone. I done put my time in already. I'm trying to get out now while I'm in decent health and decent shape to do it. I ain't trying to be out here and lose my mind and go crazy either. You got the young kids coming on now too. Like I said, with the young guys, the young kids that's coming on, you know, be mindful, man. And you out here smoking, lay off the weed, man. If you out here smoking when you're young and you thinking about getting CDL license, just lay off the weed. That's all I'm saying. I'm not trying to tell you what to do. I ain't your father. I ain't your uncle. I ain't your grandfather. I ain't your driving instructor. I ain't your homeboy. Now, if I was your homeboy and I'm allowing you to smoke weed and you're trying to get CDL license, then I ain't your friend. Believe that, man. Anytime you're around somebody that's pushing negativity on you and you trying to better your life, that ain't your friend. I want you to hear that. It's for young people. Maybe this might apply to some of you older people. If you being around somebody that influencing you to do wrong and you trying your best to do right, you trying your best to do good, you trying your best to do good, live good, and eat good, but all they can do is bring negativity to your life, then that ain't your friend, man. That ain't your friend. Nah, that's suckers, man. That ain't your friend. I'm gonna keep it 100. That is not your friend. Your friend will always want you to do better than life, to do better than them. Your friend will pick you up. When I first got my CDL license, shout out to my boy Charles, Shout out to Paz, and shout out to my brother Chris. Shout out to them, man, for the simple fact that they made sure I got my CDL license. And coming out of the streets of North was rough. I came out of North, where out of North housing projects, where they said a young black man, they got no chance in life, to make it. Came out of North, got my CDLs, knock on wood. Knock on wood, ain't been in nobody's jail cell. Have not been in nobody's jail. Yeah, probably been in handcuffs, whatever. But I have not been in nobody's jail cell. Not did no time for nobody, no create, none of that crazy stuff. So that make it seem like I'm a sucker, because I don't talk about jail, because I haven't been in jail. So I can't school y'all now. I can't walk y'all through it. But I can tell you this though. If you coming home from jail, and if you can get your CDL license, go get it, man. Salute to you. Salute to you. You coming home from jail, and you can get your CDL license and make your life better, then go get it, man. That's all I can give you for that. I can't give you nothing else. I can't tell you nothing else. But if you can come home from jail and you can get your CDL license, and my thing is this: if you can sit 20 years in a jail cell, you can sit another 10 years in the truck and make money. How about it, man? That's my give back to most of you guys that's coming home, or most of you brothers that's sitting up on these YouTube streets and all y'all got is jail stories. Nah, bro. If you can sit in jail for 10 years, you can sit behind the wheel for 5 years. If you could give the state government, if you could give the feds half of your life, why not put half of your life in the steering wheel and drive a truck and make money and see the world? You can live where you want to live. Max out your time, get your CDL. If you want to move to Washington State, go to Washington State, man. You can do that. If you in California and you coming out of a correctional facility and you done put in 15 years, work on it, get your CDL license, because they do got programs, you might can get your CDL license in school. But if you can get your CDL license and you're incarcerated and you just coming home, now you might as well just sit up in the truck, do 5, 10, 15 years. Hey man, get a pension. That's what I'm saying. If you could do 10 years in jail, 15 years, come home and get a pension. Now, after your next 15 years, you can retire and you got a check coming to you. Why not do that? Get your pension, get your 401k, you know, get your Social Security. Why not make the system work for you and pay you back? That's all I'm saying, man. That's all I'm saying. Make the system work for you and pay you back. Get your CDL license, man. So other than sitting up there being negative to each other, y'all need to be trying to help each other, man. I'm gonna keep 100 with y'all. Other than sitting up there trying to be negative to each other, y'all need to be trying to help each other. That's what y'all need to try to do. Because I have not seen it yet on these YouTube streets where I've seen being in different sectors. I have not seen enough of us black folks get back. And I'm gonna say it one more time. I have not seen enough of us black folks get back to the sectors that we in. All I see is a lot of beefing, a lot of recycled content. That's all I see. If you want to do a challenge giving back. I do a challenge all day. I done help 5 people on these YouTube streets get their CDL license. So if y'all want to do a challenge giving back, let's do that. Let's do that. Do a challenge giving back to somebody in your sector or somebody next to you that don't have a job. That's hard of hearing, like knuckleheads that always want to talk about doing wrong, but try to steer them and do right. If you can help somebody do right and help them feed their mental to feed their family, hey man, hey, then I said you winning, man. I said you winning. So if you want to, you know, talk about somebody, or I want to see somebody give back, man. That's what I want to see. You got, you know, I see a lot of people up there say, I own a bunch of businesses. Try to give somebody a job. I own a bunch of houses. Try to give somebody an apartment. Try to help somebody credit or help them where as though they can get their money together to buy a house. I give back by giving the trucking content. I give back by helping 5 people, whoever needs the information. I give you the information to help you get your CDL license, to help you get your authority, to help you get a truck, to break down the truck, maintenance on the truck. I can help you do all of that. That's my give back to y'all on the YouTube street. Y'all may think, oh, he ain't got nobody in the chat, he corny. So what? I don't care about that. I make content on uploads. I don't really do lives as much, because I don't like lives that much. I don't do lives that much, but when I do, I try to bring, I like the way the clouds sit. See that blue hole right there? I'm gonna cut myself off. I like the way that sit in the background right there. All the clouds with that blue back there. I like that. I like the scenery. That's why, that's another way I got to drop the trucks too. I love what I see out here. But try to give it back, man. With all of the energy that we got for each other, with all the energy the black sectors got for each other, why don't you try to give it back, man? And see how that might make you feel better. But you know why we won't do that? Because with the negative energy, it brings views, subscribers, but it won't keep you monetized. So you can't make no money off of it. So you can't make no money off the negativity. Yeah, you get super cash apps and all of that, but if you want to just be in it for the long run and get monetized and get, my goal is to get a YouTube plaque. Yeah, I said it. I'm gonna put that out in the atmosphere. Shout out to Sage. I heard Sage say it too. My goal is to get a YouTube plaque. What's wrong with that? That's corny. My goal is to get a YouTube plaque. If I can get 100,000 subscribers, man, I'd be happy than a mother effer. Kid you not. So, hey, my goal is to get a YouTube plaque. Your goal should be the same thing. My goal ain't to argue with nobody. My goal ain't to bang out. My goal ain't to be cussing and being disrespectful. My goal is to get a YouTube plaque. That's my goal on YouTube streets, man. And I'm gonna put that out there, and y'all can say it's corny. Y'all can say what y'all want to say. That's my goal. That's what I'm trying to do. And y'all need to try to do the same thing, man. I need to try to do the same thing. My goal is to get a YouTube plaque. That's it. If I can get a YouTube plaque, bringing good trucking content and trucking information, then why not? Why not, man? That's my goal, to get a YouTube plaque. And bring some good content, some good information. And that's about it. I'm gonna take y'all with me to court, but y'all gonna take this ride with me. I don't give a damn. Y'all jump out the whip, y'all gonna take this ride with me. So if you wanna pop in and pop out, we gonna take y'all already court. I should be there in a little while. I don't know how many trucks might be there, but we about to pull up. But yeah, that's my goal, man. I hope y'all goal will be the same thing, because I don't know, man. I just try to stay positive and humble. That's all. I don't think that's corny, man. Hey, I'm 51 years old, so I already did enough crazy stuff in the streets, and I damn sure ain't about to bring that type of madness to YouTube. I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. So if that's what y'all looking for, I don't have the content for you. I don't have the content y'all looking for. If y'all looking for me to bang out, I don't have that content, man. Y'all looking for me to cuss and yell, I don't have that content. I just don't have it. I don't have that energy like that, man. But if you have a conversation where you want to debate, oh, we can debate all day. Oh, we can debate all day. I'll go all day with you. We can debate. We can break down some issues. We can talk about some issues. We can do all of that. You know, we can do all of that. We can go book for book. We can do all of that. But if you're gonna get to being negative, I can't do that with you. I'm not doing it. I can debate with you, but I can't do the negativity. I can't do it. You know, good afternoon, Diamond. I see you in the building. I can't do that, man. Look, state troopers out here. Yeah, I can't do that. All I can do is be humble, man. I can be humble and laugh. Hey, I'm petty, so I'm very petty, so I can be funny, jokey, and you know, I can roast you. I just don't, y'all don't see that side of me. But it comes out. Sage to tell you, it comes out. But I'm not doing that up there. I'll bring you all the trucking content. And if you want to share the live, you can share the live. You know, you want to, family members, tell them to hit me up, man. We can do a live together, you know. Hey, man, hey, I support all my truckers, man. I support all my women truckers, you know, Spanish truckers, you know, white, black, Asian, foreign. Let me tell you like this, man. Trucking humbled me to the point to where I respect I deal with all races, cultures in and out the course. You know, it humbles you, man. Makes you respect more, makes you see life a little different than what I see. So that, you know, you won't see me up here talking crazy. But I done seen things different, man. I see guys get out here and they crash out. And I'm not talking about YouTube, I'm talking about trucks. I'm talking about being out here on this open road, they crash out, man. They take it too personal. You know, take it too personal. Ain't nobody trying to crash out. I ain't trying to crash out with nobody. I ain't about to do all that. My job is to be there for my kids, and I think that's about it, man. And be there for the people that I know. You know, I sit back. You call me on the phone. You can call me on the phone anytime and be like, "Hey Jay, what about this? I like fixing cars. I love fixing cars. You know, like I do my truck. I can give you. I pretty much can help you with anything on your car. You know, I get calls. You know, my people call me up. Hey Jay, this. Hey Jay, that. Hey man, I help them, and I don't even be. They be what, 1,200 miles away, 3,000 miles away. Can help you with anything. That's just who I am. You know, I don't want no money for it. I don't ask for nothing. No donations, no nothing. All right, let's get around here. Let's get around here. All right, I gotta get down here to this lumber yard so I can get this load, baby. So I figure I'd bring y'all with me to show y'all something different today. This is what I do. This is what I do. This is where my energy is at. 30 years looking at this, 30 years looking at the road. Get to show y'all what I'm looking at. Right now, well, man, I'm heading to Cortland. 30 years, this is what I see is what you see. What you see is what I see, 30 years. 30 years of this. You got people can't even put 30 years into a relationship. They can't even put 3 hours in to just driving. Most of y'all can't even drive an hour without quitting. Back then, I used to be on something. I used to take 6 5-hour shots, 2 Red Bulls, and drive from Chicago all the way back to Jersey. Man, we was on something back then. But that's what it is, man. But I'm gonna bring y'all with me, you know. Sit back and enjoy the ride. So we're gonna get down here to Portland real quick. Over here. Oh, slow this down, man. No, I'm good. It's 45. All right. Here we go. There we go. All right, shit, I don't even know what time it is. Trying to make it down here to Cortland, New York real quick. Slow this down. Speed traps. Here we go. All right, where we at right now? Just jump there, hit like, but if you want, if not, that's cool. Trying to make it down here to the lumber yard. get down to this lumber yard so I can get loaded. And shout out to React. Pretty much like what? I don't know, Syracuse from here? I like 45 minutes. About 45 minutes from Portland. I think Syracuse like 45 minutes. And they got more speed traps out here than anything. So, let's get it. The cars get it. I tell you one thing though, man. You can't get paid to do what you like. You get paid to drive. And man, it ain't gonna be a whole lot of money. It'll be something. Keep your ass busy, keep you out in the streets. Like I said, you know, if you know anybody coming home from jail or just came home, tell them to go get their CDL license. There we go. I hope it ain't a bunch of trucks over there. Usually when I get here, it'd be like, last week was crazy. It was like 6 trucks over here. I hope there ain't no trucks here. Probably 1 or 2. Alright, let's get it. I'm up there in Cortland. This is with the New York Jets. They train up here in Cortland also. And it's crazy, right? Because New York Jets got a facility up here in Cortland, New York. And that's where Michael Vick was convicted of the dog fighting and all that crazy stuff. So when New York Jets, when he got on with the Jets, his first day of training kept up here in Cortland. They had a bunch of, had a lot of white women outside the fence with their little dogs. And they was booing them and mocking them right up here in Cortland. They did not want Michael Vick to play for the Jets. They got a college down the street. I don't know if y'all know where Cortland at. But this is Cortland, New York. Light real quick. Now, I ain't doing much, man. I think I'll bring y'all with me on the ride so I can let y'all see what I do. So whatever, you know, other than just sitting in the house, sitting on the couch, sitting outside on the crate, I put y'all in the truck with me. I gotta do 20 coming up here, 2022. Right on both sides. College up here. I don't know what they call it. It's Portland University. I don't know what they call it, but all this to the left and right. This is college housing up here. So when you come through here, you gotta keep the speed limit. They said 30, but I try to keep it 19 to 20. I ain't got time for no speeding tickets. And there's a cop behind me already. He done followed me since I got off the exit. So. Now, coming through here in the wintertime, man, it'd be like, man, 10 feet of snow up there. Wintertime is crazy coming through here. Portland get a lot of snow. They get the same much as Syracuse, New York. They get a lot of snow over here. But they got a ski slope going further down the back roads, the cornfields. This is pretty much college, right? College housing up here. So So if you got any kids that's going to school, I think the college campus is down here though. Right after this light on the right-hand side, they got a big college campus up there. If you got any kids going to college and they want to come upstate, hey, Cortland just might be the right school for them. It might not. You know, my daughter graduated. I put the whole ceremony on YouTube. Yeah, my little girl graduated, put the whole ceremony. You know, alpha and all that. She did her thing. She did her thing. When I put the whole ceremony on YouTube, they thought that was corny. But hey, and I'll tell you one thing, it's something that you need to experience if you've never experienced in your life. Your kids graduate from college, make sure you're there for your kids, man. Make sure your kids, you there. Even if you only got the opportunity just to be there for one to see it, you know, it's a great thing to see that. You know, see all your kids graduate from college, high school, and go on doing something with their life other than being in these streets. It's a great thing to see. It's a long life, baby. Hey, come on, man. Come on, man. That's like, see, I don't really care. I don't care how many people is in the chat. I don't care. I really don't. Because I do more uploads than anything, shorts. I don't care about all that. You know, somebody got to pass the message, right? And it's about time for me to get the bike out. About that time. Hey, anybody here ride motorcycles? If anybody here ride motorcycle, what bike you ride? I need to get rid of my crotch rocket and try to get me a Harley or something. Or either Suzuki Boulevard. That's what I need to be trying to do. Go up in this lumber yard to get this load. If you go to end the live, you know, I ain't gonna be doing a 2, 3, 4 hour live. I ain't doing all that. I ain't doing that. I ain't got the energy for that. I just wanted to bring y'all around me, you know. Y'all might catch the upload, see what it's all about. You know, like I said, if you know anybody that's looking to get their CDL, hit me up. Hit me up. I'll give them some information. Hey, I'm gonna tell you like this. I share the game hard. I don't care, man. I share the game with you. I don't need no money. I don't need no funds. I'll break it down to you. So that's who I am. You know, I'm a humble dude. So if you're looking to get your CDL and you want to hit me up, I get all the information you need. All right, so we're gonna swing right around here. Swing around this turn. Go get loaded. Lady in the street like that. You staring at me, old lady, I ain't do nothing to you. Get out the street then. Alright, let's see if we can get up here and get a load. My paperwork at. Alright, here we go. Hey, my paperwork. Oh, he finally beat me here. You leaving now? I know he happy, right? And I got up here late. Usually I'm the first one leaving out of here. Nah, not no more, man. They stopped. They pulled over by the college back there. It was fun when I got off the exit. Yeah, he jumped on me when I got off the exit. But he turned over that college back there. I guess he wanted to check my speed. Now I do the speed limit coming through towns, man. If they're doing 40, I do like 30. Now I don't play that in a big truck, man. I don't do that. Yeah, I was slowing down when I came back there. I don't be driving like that. But I guess he had to jump on me. They do it all the time. They trying to find a reach. Because see, we pull chassis containers. And the chassis, I had a cop pull me over one day. It was crazy, right? I was coming through Watkins Glen, New York. Shit was crazy. I was coming through Watkins Glen, New York. So the speed limit was 25. So I'm watching the speed limit. So I look behind me, he threw the lights on. So I'm like, what do you want? So I pulled over on the side. You know, he had to be at least 25, 26. It's a young white kid. I said, what's the problem, officer? He said, so was I speeding? He was like, nah, I ain't say you was speeding. You ain't got no lights on the top of your trailer. Oh, ain't nobody here? Oh, all right. Ain't nobody here then. That's what it look like. So he said, you ain't got no lights on the top of your trailer. I said, I ain't got no lights. I said, you know anything about a container? He said, yeah, you supposed to have lights. I said, no, containers, they don't come with lights. They take them off and put them on the ship. This ain't no trailer. He was like, so you know anything about containers? He was like, well, I guess apparently not, if I don't know you had lights. So right after that, and Watkins Glen Sheriff Department pulled up. Two big cocky white boys pulled up. They jumped out, gun on the kneecap, gun on the hip, taser on the other kneecap. It was in all green, man. One was like 6'2", the other one was like 6 foot. Jumped out the truck, man, started screaming. Let me jump out real quick. I'm gonna get that shot real quick. Let me get my information down. I'll be right back. Let me go ahead. I gotta get the information off the truck real quick. saying, hey, what's going on? Solo Slim is good with you. Yeah, and I was saying, right? Let me go ahead and I gotta go park first. I gotta go get loaded. What up, Mac? What up, Mac? Now I was saying, right? I was in Watkins Glen, New York. This was last year sometime. They was doing the construction up there. So the speed limit was 25. I was cruising through 25 in Watkins. If y'all know what Watkins Glen at, beautiful. They're up there by the salt place up there. What's that? What is that? The rock salt, molten salt. They're up there by molten salt, right? That's where they get your little salt and stuff. So coming down the road, I'm cruising, doing like speed limit 25, so I'm doing 20. I get pulled over by a city cop. So I pull on the side, and right on the side, you got, it's like a shop with John Belushi, the Blues Brothers. They got the little statues out there. So I pulls on the side, and it's a young cop, about 25, 26 years old. So I said, what's the problem, officer? And he was like, you know why I pulled you over? I said, nah. I said, I wasn't speeding. He said, nah, I ain't say you was speeding. I said, what's the problem? He said, you don't have no lights on your top of your trailer. So I said, my trailer? He says, container. Container don't come with lights. So he said, you sure? I said, yeah, it don't come with lights. Nah, I said, I don't know, you don't know too much about containers. They don't come with lights. They get taken off the top and put onto a ship. So they don't come with lights. The lights is on the chassis. So as soon as he said that, he said, okay, two sheriff officers pulled up, right? They pulls up, jump out the car, gun hold, gun on the kneecap, gun on the waist, taser on the kneecap. Man, these cats have bulletproof vests on, army fatigue, shirt, badges all over the place. One was like 6'2", no, one was like 6'2", 6'3", bald head, loud as hell. Then the other one was like 6 foot. So he walks up on the truck and he said, driver, license registration. So I'm like, I gave it to him already. He said, where you coming, where you going? Like a drill sergeant. I'm sitting there, I swear to God, I'm sitting there trying not to laugh. So he said, where you coming, where you going? I said, well, you gotta ask the guy right there. I gave him all my paperwork coming from molten salt, and I'm headed down to Port North. So I'm looking at the city cop like, oh man, they don't punked you, man. They don't took your stop. So he looking at me. So he said, driver, get out the truck now, driver, now. So I'm sitting there, I'm taking my time, right? I'm an old man, so I'm taking my time and shit. So he goes in the back, he pulls out. He had to see my first they see my fire extinguisher. This is what they do. They ask for your fire extinguisher. You got to show them that it's still full. And he asked to see my triangles. Hold on, right back. All right. I'm done. So, yeah, pretty much a RoboCop. So, I gets out the truck. I go around the front of, like you see, I go around the front of the hood. I meets them in the back. So now he got the city. Now the city cop, He had to be like 5'5", 5'7", and I could tell he was a rookie because his clothes was extra big. It's like if he wore a $110, he probably was in everything was a 2X. Clothes extra big, big old shoes. Like he had just got his uniform. It was crispy, clean, but it didn't fit him. So we get around to the back. He's telling the little cop, the two tall sheriff officers, they grab my triangle and say, look at these triangles, look at these triangles. On these triangles, they got a tab. And if this tab is broken, he is out of service. He is in violation. He's in trucker violation. Do you hear me? Yo, I bust out and started laughing. I thought it was funny. So I'm sitting there laughing, and he like, what's funny? I said, you funny. You sitting here screaming over some tabs on a triangle. He was like, nah, but then he got comments. Now you gotta understand, on a triangle, if you open them up, you see like this little ribbon. If this little ribbon is broke, then that's about a DOT violation. That can go against your CSA scores. I'm saying, I understand that, bro, but why is you yelling? He was like, you don't understand. I have to make sure the city cop get it right. I said, he can get it right without you yelling, because I hear you, bro. I hear you. So I put everything back in the truck, and he was like, did he get any violations? Like, he still won a violation. And the cop was like, well, I'm not DOT certified. I can't give him a violation. I pulled him over for not having the lights on top of the container, which he told me containers don't come with lights. So where's the violation? He couldn't give me a violation. So the cop said, well, driver, you have a good day, driver. I'm gonna tell you, man, he was red. He had a bald head. The other cop had a mohawk. He was sweating so bad because he wanted something, or he wanted me to react. I'm gonna tell you something. Being out here makes you humble. As a trucker, you better be humble, because two things out here you don't want. You don't want to get put out of service, and you don't want a stupid cop to put handcuffs on you, because now once they try that, you ain't making no money. Once they impound your truck, you can't make no money out here. So they try to find something to screw your deal with. All you got to do is be polite, man. Yes, no, and get up out of there, man. Even if you got to say yes, sir, no, sir, you probably like, well, I'm 50 years old. I shouldn't be saying that. But sometimes, man, a little bit of courtesy can get you out the way with truck drivers. So a lot of you truck drivers out there, if you out there, your energy up, and you're mad with the police, this ain't no, let me tell you something, this ain't no city cop. You know how the cop pull you over, you just want to be talking? Man, why you pull me over, man? I ain't got time for this shit. No. When you in a truck, you better take it down. Take it down a little bit. I'm not trying to call you. Ain't got to be a sucker. You ain't got to be, you know, you ain't got to be weak. Now, when you in a truck and you get pulled by DOT, make sure you try everything in your will to make sure you can fix a light, fix a stop light, fix a marking light. Make sure you can fix a brake light. Make sure you can do something. Play with the pigtail. Try to get your lights back on. Make sure you could change a bulb to get you out of DOT and compliance, because if you don't, I'm gonna tell you, they're gonna ruin your life, man. So if you out here trying to make some money, you don't need nobody slowing you up so you can't get the money. I'm telling you, man, you don't need that. I'm keeping it 100 with y'all, man. So if you out here driving trucks, if you out here, try to humble yourself when you come down dealing with the law, because it ain't the same cops that pulls you over in a cruiser. It's the same cops, but their intentions are different. Because if they could take you out this truck, you don't work for free. And you don't want to be driving no tractor trailer for free, man. That's the worst thing you could do. I don't care if you get paid by the hour and you make it $21, $23 an hour, and you don't want that, man, because now that go against you got CSA scores, and then you got company compliance scores. So you don't want to do that. And then you're an operator, you really don't want to get put out of service, because like with Amazon, you got to be on time. Let's say if you got a delivery at 3 o'clock and you sitting there mouthing off at the police or a DOT officer, you ain't gonna make it. They shut you down for 10 hours. So now if you got to be there in 3 hours, they're gonna shut you down for 10 hours. And now when you call that company up and tell them you got put out of service, know what they gonna tell you? Call the dispatcher, call the broker, and we're going to reschedule that. You know why? Because now you out of service. Now you stuck with a load. Now you got to try to reroute that load. So now you might be in, say like you don't drove from Jersey to Buffalo. You got put out of service on 390. You ain't even make it to Buffalo because they put you out of service on 390. Now you got to reroute that load back down to Virginia somewhere. So now you didn't get paid for them. Now you got to suck up the miles and the diesel going from New Jersey to 390 before you got down to Buffalo. It's Rochester, then Buffalo. So before you got to Rochester, they shut you down 390. Now you got to make a U-turn, come back down 390, get on. Now you got to get back on 8617, run that all the way down to 80. You got to run it all the way 81 to 380, 380. Or you might have to take 81 down, crossover, and drop down to 83, whatever. So now you got to reroute yourself. You ain't getting paid for the miles. That's what it's all about. You got to make money out here. So you're going to have to humble your attitude when you're dealing with the DOT officers. You got to do it, man. I know it sound crazy. A lot of you in the chat, y'all play the tough guy all the time. If you're out here on the road, I did 30 years. I'm gonna be honest with you. 30 years and I was put out of service twice. I think that's a hell of a record. 30 years and got put out of service twice. I got put on service by a cop and a female officer in Susquehanna, Pennsylvania, coming out of Binghamton, and she had the nerve to tell me, "Oh, by the way, happy birthday, you're out of service." So I spent 10 hours on a Friday on my birthday sitting in a truck, and I was mad. It is what it is, though. It is what it is. But, and I got put out of service, and I was coming out of Delaware. I was coming out of Delaware, crossing to Jersey. I got put out of service. Yeah, I put out of service for, I think it was a slack adjuster failure. But other than that, 30 years of driving, going on 31. And put out of service twice. That's good, man. That is damn good. You know, that's damn good. So I'm just telling you, man. At the end of the day, oh no. One more. I'm wrong. They put me out. They put me down over here, and I had to fix the tail light, so I was able to leave. I ain't gonna put out of service. They told me I couldn't move until a road service company had to fix the light, even though he jerry-rigged the wire, and I got upstate, got back, and it went up with a fuse. So that time. But other than that, that's 30 years of driving, man. But I'm telling you, you gotta humble yourself out here. You gotta humble yourself. You gotta know how to talk to people fast, slick, and calm. You know, you can't be looking tired. You can't be looking like you about to just pass out. You gotta be able to open your eyes up real quick, man, and all that. Back in the day, drinking Red Bulls. I'm surprised I ain't no diabetic, man. I'm really surprised I don't have high blood pressure. Because back then, we was doing Red Bulls. We was doing like five-hour shots, coffee, Red Bulls, driving from Chicago back to Jersey. We was doing something real. That was then. Driving 18 hours straight. 18 hours straight back. Just straight back to Jersey. We was doing something. We was back there. We was driving. Can't do it now, though. A lot of drivers I know that's now that was doing the same thing. They got diabetes, high blood pressure, overweight, kidney problems, heart problems, you know, thyroids, cancer. And the department done took their CDL license. So you got to be careful out there, man. You got to be careful. We did a lot out there. 30 years of driving, it'll humble you. I respect everybody. That's why I say when I come on the YouTube streets, I respect everybody, man, because I done ran into the worst. I done ran into drivers talking about taking themselves out, can maintain, you know, ain't making enough money to send back home. I done ran into drivers where, matter of fact, I was coming out of Chicago. And I was coming down 80 eastbound, and me and this white guy, we was on the CB, we going back and forth. He's saying crazy stuff, I'm saying crazy stuff. We going back and forth, you know, just saying the worst to each other. And it humbled the shit out of me, because you know why? Because as we was going back and forth, arguing on the CB, and I love the CB, We going back and forth on the CB. He behind me. I'm coming down the hill. I'm doing 65, 70, and he on my back door. I got a tanker, and he on my back door. And now, if I don't say pause, I'm from Jersey. We don't say pause. We don't say pause like that. But he on my back door, and we coming down, and my motor blew. Boom! Black smoke in the air, white smoke in the air, and then blew the motor. And I pulled over. So when I pulled over, I seen this big dude get out the truck. Big dude. Big white guy. He on a blue, I can remember he had on some cowboy boots. Got a blue Peterbilt. At that time I had a white Freightliner. And he had on a blue Oscar jumpsuit, t-shirt. And I jumped out. I had I think I had a baseball bat or a metal pipe or something. So he walked. So I went around my tractor, went under the damn tanker, and ran up on him. He was like, "Whoa, whoa, 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 brother, come on, man, come on, put the stick or whatever you put it down. Let's have a conversation, man to man." He said, "Look, I ain't got nothing in my hands. I want to be the first to say I apologize." And I'm still standing there looking crazy. And he said, "I want to be the first to say I apologize. Just put down what you got in your hand. I see that you got black smoke, all the oil, because when you blow your motor and you blow the turbo, the oil shoots through your exhaust pipe. And I guess the oil you got all on his windshield, all on his truck. I blew it. So I ain't had no choice. I had to pull over. And we had a conversation. And I ain't gonna lie to you, man. That conversation, we went for having a conversation to him and at that time, I ain't gonna even sit up here in front. I was trying to make it to the truck stop, but I blew the motor, so I knew right then and there that motor was gonna cost me. That motor cost me every bit of $15,000. And he went back in the truck and got a cooler. We sitting there eating turkey sandwiches and drinking Pepsi and Dr. Pepper. That shit was crazy. And he had a friend that worked exit 120 Milesburg. And it was a cat dealer, but it was a school. So he called the school up, and he had a friend of his. They came and towed my truck down to the school. Then I got on the phone with the bank, the one I financed my truck with, and they helped pay for the whole thing. And he sit there and waited. He the one called the wrecker, and his friend worked at the school. So what happened is I agreed to it was a cat school, I agreed to let the students work on my truck. So I pretty much donated my truck to the school. And they got the price down from 15 grand to about 11 grand. They did the whole motor for me. They did the whole motor job. And right at that point, I looked at people different, man. I'm telling you, that'll humble you, bro. That'll really humble you when you're out here on the road. Cause that could have went anywhere. You know, I could have been in jail. He could have been in jail. I could have been dead. He could have been dead. It could have went anyway, but it didn't go that route. And like I said, you know, when you start hearing it, it's different when you confront it with it than just being on the internet running your mouth. It's different, man. It's different. So us truckers out here, we see a lot. We hear a lot, we see a lot. Some don't want to be bothered, some want to be bothered. It's different out here. You got to be able to deal with people, white, black, you know, Spanish, Asian, you know, Jews. You have to, Indians, Pakistanians. You have to be able to, you know, be able to humble yourself and know how to deal with people. You have to. You have to know how to deal with people. Because I done met the best people out here driving trucks. I done met the best. I done met the worst, but I done met the best. So, men and women. So when y'all hear me on the YouTube and I talk the way I talk, that's how I talk, man. You know, I grew up in the streets of Newark. I ain't never used to be like this. Growing up in the streets of Newark is different. You know, everybody got where they grew up at. You know, I'm not going to glorify the city of Newark or the streets of Newark. I'm not going to glorify that. Whatever y'all heard about Newark, it is what it is. I'm not going to sit up here and glorify that. Nah, I can't glorify that. Yeah, so I'm about to end this live. But I appreciate y'all for riding with me, listening to me rambling and all that. But y'all take care of yourself, man. You know, like I said, if y'all know anybody that's in the trucking and they want to get in the trucking, hey, tell them to hit me up and you know, whatever, and I'll break it down to them, man. So salute to y'all for coming through. I'm about to get out of here. I got to get loaded. Go back here and give me some water. I'll get up with y'all. Peace.